Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Heart Warriors Tarot. My name's Deanna. This is going to be your daily reading for Thursday, November the 14th. The moon moves into Taurus today at around 7 a.m. if you are in the United Kingdom. I have the Cosmic Tribe Tarot deck here, which is an absolutely beautiful deck. It does have a lot of au naturel photography in it though, so I have my crystals to hand here, and I'm likely going to be having to use crystals to cover up bits of the cards, so I apologize in advance. But the reason I want to use this deck is because yesterday I used the Medieval Scapini Tarot, and while that was my very first deck that I ever got, that I ever did any tarot reading with, this one is the first deck that I connected with on a soul level, on an emotional level, back in, I can't remember, 1998, I think it was, August 98, when I first started reading professionally. So this is the first deck that I used, and it's such an intuitive deck for me, and I'm very, very fond of it. And I also wanted a very different feel to the deck that I used yesterday. This one is incredibly different. It's very emotional and very intuitive. Let's chime my singing bowl. Take a deep breath in with me, calm yourself, center yourselves, and focus on what area of your life you would like some advice and guidance on. I'd just like to thank Great Spirit, our angels and guides, for being here today and guiding this reading for the highest good of all. If you're new to my channel, welcome. It's lovely to have you here. These daily readings are for everybody. It doesn't matter what country you live in or what star sign you are. It's about your intuition. It's about how you relate to the title, the words I use, and the images on the cards. With this deck, if you can see them after I put the crystals on. Okay. There's the first one down. Don't need a crystal for that one. We have the Hermit. Okay, let's have a look. We have the the 5 of discs. And this next card I do need a crystal for. The Knight of Discs. Let's go, let's cover him up, and then let's take the card off the top for the overarching theme that colours the whole reading, that gives us a flavour of what's going on today on a higher level, as it were. And we have the 10 of Wands. Okay, today there is a feeling of being overburdened with something. Duties, responsibilities, carrying a lot and not being able to help it, having to carry a lot, whether you like it or not. I think this Hermit energy is coming to me as a need to retreat, a need to go into yourself and kind of find yourself again, spend some time with yourself, regroup, center yourself, align yourself with who you are, and if you can, in quite a spiritual way, if you can do some meditation today, do. If you can spend some time in nature, then do. You know, I'm really looking at this tree here and I'm getting this strong sense about needing to spend time in nature. These two cards together are telling me that you have perhaps been through a really rough journey, a really rough ride of something recently. I'm looking at the 3-headed dogs, which of course were the dogs that belong to Hades in Greek mythology, suggesting that this hermit is standing at the entrance to the underworld with his light. Now, the hermit is perfectly capable of journeying through the underworld, but with the 10 of Wands here, there is a sense that he's going through this journey feeling a little bit low. And this could represent you today, you at this time. So the first thing that I'm getting is it's so important to look after yourself, look after your emotional health, and really give yourself what it is that you need. I feel like saying, remind yourself that you are strong, remind yourself that you are a good person, remind yourself that you are doing everything that you can at any time that you can. There's nothing more than that. There's nothing more you can do than that. And that is enough, okay? So remind yourself that is enough. With the 5 of discs here, there are worries on your mind. It could be money worries. With this particular deck, I often feel like it can be any kind of worry. This comes through to me as anxiety in general, but it's when the material world has gotten the better of you. Whatever the material world means to you, okay? So for some people, the material world means having to work for money, your employment. For other people, the material world could mean the people that we have to socialize with and what our neighbors are like. And for yet others of us, it can mean something like the daily chores that we have to do around the house, the things that we need to take care of, like feeding our pets, taking them to the vet. It's those little things that are not our favourite things to do, but we need to do them because they're part of our duties and responsibilities. And that, I feel like, is what's getting on top of you today. And it's really important for you to find your strength through your spiritual center, not least because you've got the Knight of Discs here. Now in this deck, the key word for the Knight of Discs is healer. He is a healer. He's holding a very healing energy in this deck. And I do feel very much so the Hermit and the Knight of Discs are connected, and they are very much representing you and who you are in your illuminated, enlightened state. You might actually be a healer. You could be a carer. You could be a spiritual healer or energy healer of some kind. You could work within medicine or in the complementary medicine field. But I feel like you clearly have a lot of empathy, a deep connection to the earth. That's needed, okay? If you haven't practiced your deep connection to the earth recently, please do that, because you've got the tree here and then you've got the Knight of Discs literally standing on a rock surrounded by a landscape that includes this tree, just like the tree here. So there is this need to get back to nature, connect with nature to build your strength up again. In a more traditional Rider-Waite deck, the Knight of Discs does represent the ability to move ahead slowly. Often this card can suggest that you might be traveling somewhere today, that you might be dealing with finances, the material things of life and money today, but try and do it in your own pace and try and do it slowly. This is a card about thinking about all your options, planning ahead, definitely planning ahead, and putting things in place for the future. The Knight of Discs is looking towards the future. He's asking himself, what can I do about this situation? How can I make it better? And that could be in part what has you a little bit worried and feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. It will pass like it always does. These things go in waves, up and down, up and down. Even if the situation takes longer to change, we always still feel better one day and low the next day, sometimes when we have a lot of responsibilities that we're carrying. So it will pass, but the key here is to look after yourself, connect with your spiritual center, do something spiritual for yourself today, and connect with the earth, because there's a sense here with these cards that you get a lot of strength from what the earth can give you. And I'm not talking the beach here, I'm talking soil, grass, trees. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. I'm going to put one more card down here for any advice or guidance that our angel or guides might want us to know about this particular situation. I feel like I have to look at the cards before I show you, just in case I need to put more crystals down. The Four of Wands is an absolutely beautiful card. It's an uplifting card to have here as the advice and guidance. In the end, everything's going to be okay. You have a lot to celebrate, and there are opportunities to celebrate coming in the future. The key word for this card is rewards. It's about how the time is coming for you to be able to reap the rewards of your labour. The hard work that you've put in the past with what you're doing, you can pick the fruits of those very soon. And the Knight of Discs is looking towards that as well. He might not be able to see how close this is and how very real this reward is, because he's feeling the weight here of the world and the anxiety and the worries, but it's definitely there. So if you can, try and lift your spirits. Use nature, like I said, to do that, to find your strength, and take a deep breath and look towards everything that you have and all the good things to come, because you do have this. The universe will look out for you. I'm getting this sense of how connected you are to your spirit and to the earth. And here you have 4 arms coming out of the earth and literally providing for you. It's like the universe will look after you. The universe will provide for you. All you have to do is trust. Tap into this hermit energy and tap into the Knight of Discs at his most enlightened, with this beautiful halo around his head. He's standing here very straight, not afraid of his vulnerability, looking towards the future, because he trusts in the universe and what the universe is providing him. And that is what you have to do. That is your advice and guidance for today. It's a really beautiful card. And there we go. I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you so much for listening. I will lay more cards down in the extended reading and throw out a few runestones as well. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description below or in my bio. Otherwise, I shall see you tomorrow for tomorrow's reading. Take care. Bye bye.